Hello, buenos dias. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. You are watching Nomads Media, the travel, business, and lifestyle magazine and podcast. You are watching us live. And again, we're very excited for another edition of Life in Spain. Today, we're going to chat with a fellow entrepreneur and a digital nomad expert. We are going to talk to her about the digital nomad visa or living in Spain as a digital nomad. Exciting because I know a lot of people are curious about it and interested to know more about how to get this visa and yeah, what are I would say, the requirements to obtain this kind of visa, the digital nomad visa. We are going to we are going to be joined by Samantha Tan, a partner at Viajar Hoy. And this is a company that helps digital nomads, well, prepare their life as digital nomads or prepare their lives here in Spain. Saying hello to all our viewers on social media and, of course, to our community members, our trainees and students at VideoGaga and Nomads all over the world, especially in the Philippines, in Spain, and in North America. Hello, 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 everyone. And of course, to our clients and, well, consultants from different parts of the world. So let's go ahead and bring in Samantha and let's start our conversation on life in Spain as a digital nomad and, of course, the digital nomad visa. Hey, Sam, buenos dias.
Buenos dias. Hello. Hi.
How are you?
I am good. Just finished lunch. It's actually early for Spanish time, but
That's right. And, of course, happy Chinese New Year. Gong Xi Fan
thank
Chai.
you. Thank you.
Right. Now, Sam and I, we both originally come from the Philippines, and Sam is a partner of Viajar Hoy. They're helping people from all over the world, digital nomads, to obtain first to help them with their journey, right? Their digital nomads journey, especially the application, and yes, help them settle down as well here in Spain. Sam, tell us, what is the digital nomad visa in Spain, or DNV?
Well, the DNV or the Digital Nomad Visa is a visa or a residence permit that allows foreigners who are not European citizens to come and live in Spain, working remotely, of course, for non Spanish companies. So basically, anyone with a remote job, mostly contractors or freelancers who have long term contracts, can come and live in Spain, bring their families. So that's the basic gist of it.
All right. Now, what makes one eligible for a digital nomad visa in Spain?
Okay, so to be eligible for the digital nomad visa, first is you have to be a non EU citizen. Second is that you have to be a freelancer or a contractor with a long term contract, with a minimum salary of, let me, because they just changed the amount today, but
Requirements.
there is a,
Mhm.
yes, there is a minimum amount that needs to be met, and that
Okay.
is,
So yeah, that is important basically, right?
yep,
Making sure that you can afford life in Spain as a digital nomad.
yep. For 2025, the minimum monthly amount should be 2,763 euros equivalent. So even if one is earning in dollars, in peso, or any currency, as long as the converted equivalent is not less than the amount of 2,763 per month, they are qualified. Um, Another one is the contract. Like I mentioned earlier, you should have a long-term contract. So those with 6-month contracts, they can still apply, but note that usually the consulate or the Spanish authorities usually provide you with the visa length or the permit length is usually within the contract length as well. So if your contract is just 6 months, you get a 6-month visa or a 6-month permit.
I see, I see. So yeah, if you're planning to live long term in Spain and travel around Europe as a digital nomad, right, it's important to have a long-term contract, I suppose.
Yep.
Now, what are examples of digital nomad jobs? Because some people they don't have, well, some people they haven't realized that they're actually those digital nomads already, and the others, they want to know, right? How can they start a lifestyle, a digital nomad lifestyle? So, what are examples of digital nomad jobs?
Okay, so this is quite broad because there are a lot of jobs that um, kind of allow you to be a digital nomad as long as you're allowed to work remotely. So you can be a remote accountant, you can be work at home customer specialist, you can be possibly a vice president of, if you as long as you're based remotely, and the company will allow you to work remotely from Spain, then you should be able to apply for the digital nomad visa. There's not one specific job or a specific niche or a specific industry. So, um, if, for example, you're a consultant for
Yeah.
healthcare, um,
Yeah.
any job, as long as it's done online, from home, or
Mhm.
remotely, will qualify you for that. So,
That's right. And yes, it's important again, as we've mentioned earlier, to have that contract with a company. And if
mm,
that job entails working online or
yep,
working remotely, then you are a digital nomad. And of course, the longer your contract is, the longer you can stay or live in Spain.
yep. To add to
Now,
that, though,
mhm,
the maximum time that you will get the residence permit is issued for 3 years, which can be renewed up to 5 years.
I see, I see. So that's wow, that's a lot of I think room, right, for growth and opportunities as a digital nomad because it's not just something short term or temporary.
Yeah.
It looks like you can do it long term, up to
Yes, you can do
uh,
it long term.
7 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And the good thing about it is for Filipinos and other former colonies of Spain, um, you can actually apply for your Spanish citizenship on your second year. So the 3-year permit actually allows you to do that and qualifies you.
Okay. So this is, of course, for former Spanish colonies like Latin American countries, the Philippines. Of course, you have Mexico, Colombia, Argentina,
Yeah.
Venezuela, and other former Spanish colonies. So that's an advantage for those countries. Now, another thing I want to add to digital nomads jobs, of course, be as you mentioned earlier, consultant, right? Being a
Yeah.
freelancer, that's something to consider if you're considering applying for a digital nomad or living a digital nomad life abroad, especially in Spain, then you can look into it, right? Start your um, consultancy, start your freelance work, and
Yeah.
build up your portfolio and send proposals, right? Service proposals to potential clients that will offer you, basically, who will offer you the contract you need to be a digital
Yeah.
nomad. And yes, there are so many um, I would say opportunities when it comes to being an online consultant. All you need to do
That's
is, of course, have the right tools and skills to offer. I'm sure lots of designers and managers like you are familiar with it. But I think some people, or a lot of people, uh, would want to consider upskilling when it
Yeah,
comes to
for
digital
sure.
tools. Now, how does one become a digital nomad? So, for example, okay, I want to be a digital nomad. I don't have a job yet. Are there ways? Can you give us some tips?
Yeah, for sure. One common way is to apply using online platforms like Upwork, freelancer.com. Um, I don't know if you can consider Fiverr.com, but these are usually for one off jobs. LinkedIn is still the best resource for remote jobs. Um, and I think that's where you get started. So like I said, there's no specific niche or skill that you need. So even if you're transitioning from corporate job over to being a nomad or being a remote worker, this is possible. You just have to look for remote jobs through these websites.
That's right. Yeah, very helpful. There are so many websites out there that offer remote work. And then I'm gonna go back to my advice earlier, my tip earlier. It's really to upskill, learn new skills, and study.
Yeah,
I would say study new courses that will gain you online or digital skills, whether
yeah,
it's being a designer, a video editor, I would say project manager, what else? A
web
manager in
developer.
general, right?
Yeah,
A developer, oh my God, of course. That is actually the most in-demand remote work, a
yes.
developer, right? You have a background in development in IT. Any other insights when it comes to the IT field in terms of remote work?
I think, like you said, web developers are really in demand. But also, let's not forget that there are still admin work like video editing for content creators. You don't need to be a content creator if you don't like to show your face, if you're shy. You can work from the back end, graphics designer, virtual assistant, podcast managers. These are all jobs that you can do online and remotely. And these usually pay well, especially video editing, um, because we live in a very, how do you say, content consume. It's a,
Yeah,
yeah, we love to consume content these days. So video editors are definitely in demand.
yes.
Graphic designers
High,
is,
definitely high content consumption, right? We
yeah,
are in this content consumption age, and definitely, like what you said, there's IT, there's also admin work. So, in fact, virtual assistant jobs, there
yes,
are contract jobs available already for virtual assistants.
yep.
So that's
I started
very
out as a virtual assistant
exciting.
way back in 2010. So
That's
yeah,
interesting.
it's
So
doable.
yeah, that's really good. Now, what's the difference between let's go back to the digital nomad visa, between the digital nomad visa and a regular, let's say, work visa or tourist visa in Spain?
Yeah, with the tourist visa, of course, you're not allowed to live and work here in Spain. You're only allowed to just visit purely for tourism purposes. With a regular work visa, a Spanish company will need to sponsor you in order for you to work here. You can't just come here and apply for a job. Um, and with a DNV, you should already have a remote job at the time of applying. And of course, you would need to already meet that income. Um, and the main difference is that you arrive, or if you applied at the consulate, you arrive as a resident right away. So, and when you come in to apply in Spain via tourist visa, You do get your residency once you're approved, and usually that's a 3-year resident permit.
Right. So basically, you would need an online or remote job with
Yeah.
a non-Spanish company,
Yes.
and yeah, basically, that will support your life or your lifestyle in Spain.
Yes. Correct.
Now, let's talk about your company, Viajar Hoy. How do you help people with their DNV or digital nomad visa process?
All right. So the first step is we help assess if you qualify for the digital nomad visa. This helps you save money, so you don't just apply if you don't actually meet the income, or if your contract is actually not qualified for the DNV. So we do assessment, and once we assess that you are qualified, we help you come up with a checklist and a timeline, and help you with your application. So this includes your NBI, police clearances, all the documents that you will need. So there's a checklist, timeline. We send you reminders. We also offer a private WhatsApp group. So you can ask questions any time of the day. We usually answer within, I don't know, 12, 24 hours. Um, and
Yeah,
we also follow up your application if needed. So far, we do have 100% approval rate. So I think,
that's great. That's great news, definitely to our friends who are interested, right, in applying for a digital nomad visa in Spain. And apart from that, of course, VideoGaga, our company being a partner of Viajar Hoy, we can also um, provide you mentorship on your online career and
yep,
online business. So this is something you can um, take advantage of, basically getting advice on digital nomad from Viajar Hoy, and of course, getting a career or business advice from Video Gaga. So, Sam, um, tell me, well, I assume you've worked with different people. You've so many people working or with digital nomad visa, right? What are
yes.
the advantages so far of living in Spain with a this kind of visa with a DNV?
I think the main advantage is that as a resident, you already qualify towards the years counted for citizenship. We work mostly with Filipinos, although we are open to other nationalities. I think that's the primary benefit to living here in Spain as a nomad. The second is the lifestyle. The way of life here is just so much different. Um, I think the fresh produce at reasonable prices, the working public transportation, healthcare as well. You do qualify for the Spanish healthcare program once you are registered as an autonomo here in Spain. So that covers yourself, your dependents if you have any. Yeah, that's basically it. If you're bringing also a partner or a spouse, it's also an advantage for them because they can start working as for Spanish companies. So that's one of the benefits as well.
Right? Yeah, basically, um, you can really enjoy the culture and the
Yes.
discovery, traveling and discovering Spanish culture and destinations, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot to mention that you get to travel throughout all the um, Schengen countries. So that allows you, visa-free travel to all these countries here in
Mm,
Europe.
wonderful, wonderful. Now, um, can you give us tips, people who are interested to apply? What do they need to prepare when it comes to the digital nomad visa application?
With the digital nomad visa, it's very straightforward. So there's not really a lot of, as long as you tick all the boxes, you meet the income, you have a contract, you have at least 3 years work experience, um, you can get a police clearance. So I think those are the four most important ones. And as long as the company allows you to work in Spain, then I believe you're good to go.
Exciting. Very excited to all our friends and
Yes.
community members who are in or who are planning, right, or considering to start a digital nomad adventure abroad, right, in Spain, and of course, discovering other European countries while they're living their lives in Spain. Now, if you have any questions, everyone, don't hesitate to message us. Don't hesitate to comment on this video. And of course, if you receive this through the Nomads and Video Gaga community, don't hesitate to email us. I will share with you our contact details below. And later on, we will also share the contact details of Viajar. Now, Sam, let's talk about your Spanish life, your life in Spain. What do you love about living in Spain?
I think I mentioned this to you before during the segment for your TFC show. Um, the best thing I enjoy here in Spain is the public transportation. It's just so
Yeah.
efficient and it's also so cost effective. So for me, back in Manila, it's always, you either need to drive or you need to take a grab because the public transportation is just so hard.
Mhm.
Um, Here it's really very efficient. Mostly it arrives on time. um, and I think the walkable sidewalks is also something that I really enjoy, and the amount of parks that we have here is also something that I really really enjoy.
Yeah. So I can imagine work-life balance, right? That's something
Yes.
really appealing to the life in Spain. I mean, about the life in Spain. Now, which cities or areas in Spain do you recommend for digital nomads to live?
This really depends on what you're looking for as a lifestyle. So, for me, as a city girl who loves to eat out a lot, meet up with friends, Madrid was perfect for us. It is, well, one of the reasons that we chose Madrid as well is because there is no additional language on top of Castilian for my teenagers who are attending school as well. So, I think for me at least, Madrid is perfect. If
Hmm.
you are very outdoorsy, you love the beach, there's a lot of other options as well. There's Valencia, there's Alicante, there's Malaga. Those three are wonderful cities as well. They're beautiful. They have beaches, offering city kind of lifestyle as well. So those are good options. We do hear that some nomads have um, started a life in Santander up north. So I think they
Amazing
like,
city.
yeah, they kind of like the a bit more chill kind of vibe.
Yes.
Um,
Beach lifestyle in
yes,
Santander. Yeah, definitely. And in the summer, not too hot. So
yeah.
that's amazing. Beautiful, beautiful city. So yes, me personally, for digital nomads, of course, there's so many options, right, in Spain. But definitely, one of the favorites of digital nomads, apart from, of course, Madrid and Barcelona,
Mhm.
consider are already up there because they're the two biggest cities in Spain and in Europe. Now, after those two cities, definitely Valencia. Um, now, Valencia, of course, is considered as one of the world's most livable cities. So uh, that's something to consider.
Yeah.
And also, since Valencia, of course, went through um, a tragic, right? Tragic cyclone or storm recently, we encourage also digital nomads to help out, right, in building the community in Valencia and all over the community of Valencia. And then, of course, further south, you have Malaga and
Yeah.
other cities of Andalusia. For our fellow islanders, island lovers, there's so many island options as well, right? Island
Yeah.
options in Spain. So you have, of course, different islands in Islas Baleares or Balearic Islands. There you go. So you have your Mallorca, Minorca, and of course Ibiza. And then near the coast of Africa, you have the Canary Islands of or Canarias. So wow, lots of options, right? And then you mentioned also in the north, for those who prefer a cooler weather away from the painful summer of
Yes.
the rest of Spain, then you have Santander, Cantabria, um, País Basco, Asturias, and Galicia. So yeah, lots of really good places to choose from when it comes to living as a digital nomads in Spain. Now, in terms of travel experiences, what are some of your favorites? What do you recommend? What should travelers and digital nomads experience in Spain?
I think I haven't done a lot of traveling around Spain as of this time, but we have been to Malaga. Um, I loved it there because we were there, I think, for about a month while waiting for my permit approval. Um, it was beautiful. The beaches were kind of nice. It was also very easy to get around. So we stayed in Fuengirola, and then it was so easy to travel to Malaga Centro or Centro Histórico. We really enjoyed our time there. It was sunny but still cool. The beaches were very very nice. Um, I think it was a good experience. I think Malaga is somewhere I'd visit again. Um, Hopefully sometime this year. We have a couple
Yeah,
of friends who live there.
amazing. Yeah, it's a lovely city, lovely beach town or coastal city, and amazing food,
Yep.
seafood. Wow, makes
Yep.
me hungry right now.
Yeah, and I think the best
Thinking
thing
of
about
the amazing fish there.
yeah, and speaking of the travel, it's so easy to get around, and as a digital nomad, I think that's one of the greatest thing about working remotely is that you can work from anywhere. So you can be in Madrid today, be in Valencia tomorrow, maybe next week you're in Barcelona. You're not tied to a specific location. So that's the best thing about, being a digital nomad in Spain. And it's so easy to get around with Renfe. There's also a lot of other cheaper options as well, such as oh, Avlo. Avlo.
Yeah, so the low cost train, definitely, and they also have an affordable bullet train and
Yep.
one of the best bullet trains or and train systems in the world. So you have it here in Spain. Wow, exciting! So we're very excited to hear more from all of you, our viewers, and also our community members at Video Gaga and Nomads. So Sam, how can they reach you and yeah, find out more about Digital Nomads Visa?
They can visit our website at viajar-oy.com. They can also send us an email at hello@viajar-oy.com. They can also reach out to you. So you can send our details
Yes,
over. Um, yeah,
that's right. Definitely. I'm gonna actually share your link here. They're also on social media, Facebook mainly. But yeah, that's viajar-oy.com. So of course that means travel now, right? Or travel today in English. So for more details. And when you, of course, contact Samantha and her team at Viajar Oy, Don't forget to mention that you found this through Nomads, okay? Because we will give you a special gift, of course. Um, Once you're here in Spain, we will provide you with career or business advice as a digital nomad, and of course, a little tour around Madrid if you're based here in Madrid. Thank you so much, Sam, for your time. And yes, really looking forward to more collaborations with you and
Yes.
Biharoy. In fact,
Thank you
we are
so much,
planning one
Carl.
right now. We're inviting all our fellow, watch out for it, all our fellow professionals, different professionals from different fields and entrepreneurs based in Madrid. We will announce
Mhm.
it soon and we'll invite you to our get together, our meetup here in Madrid. Thank you again,
Really
Sam.
excited. Thank you. Thank you so much, Carlo. See you
Yes.
soon.
See you soon. And thank you everyone for joining our another edition of Life in Spain here on Nomads Media, your podcast and magazine for travel, business, and lifestyle. Bye everyone. Adios.
Bye.
Hasta
Adios.
luego.